6 Investigates has uncovered some of the largest police departments in central Indiana are not participating in a national use of force database. Our news gathering partners at Newsy found the FBI leaves the decision up to local police departments whether to participate, the same ones who are sometimes the center of abuse allegations. Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny spoke to state lawmakers who are concerned and say Indiana needs to be more transparent, especially at a time of so much civil unrest.
This is Muncie police body camera footage from the 2018 arrest of Jesse Vernon. Vernon screams repeatedly. Just seconds into the altercation, both officers' body cameras fall to the ground.
Oh my God, please, I'm not doing nothing.
You hear officers deploy a stun gun on the handcuffed suspect. This interaction is now the subject of an excessive force lawsuit filed by Jesse Vernon in federal court. But you won't find this incident in the FBI's use of force database, which tracks when and how police use force on suspects, as well as details like the race of the people involved. Muncie Police is one of several Indiana police departments we surveyed who has not participated in the program. Indiana State Police is not sending their use of force data to the national database either.
I want to know why, and it is kind of concerning.
Representative Robin Shackelford is the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus chair who has been vocal about the need for police reform. She says Indiana police departments should participate so we can know how often police are using force on people and if minorities are disproportionately impacted.
We've seen it cause deaths when you're talking about minorities. I'm sure there's a high proportion of law enforcement officers who use a high use of force or excessive force when it comes to dealing with the black population. So we in particular would like to see that data, would like to see the information. I think a national database makes sense.
ISP declined our repeated requests for an on-camera interview or an explanation, telling us only the Indiana State Police has not voluntarily sent data to the FBI's new database. At this time, there are no plans to send data to that database in the future, but that continues to be evaluated and could change. By contrast, the Indianapolis Metro Police Department sends their use of force data to the FBI on a monthly basis. Greenwood PD says they send their data as well. Lawrence says they're working on it, and Fishers and Carmel say they will send data when they have use of force incidents. Our news gathering partners at Newsy found 60% of our country's police officers do not work at agencies participating in its use of force program.
If you don't think that's important to report, what message are you sending to everyone else in your agency? What message are you sending to everyone in your community? That force doesn't matter?
Kevin Robinson teaches criminology at Arizona State University after working 13 years as an assistant chief with Phoenix PD.
Honestly, you're gathering the information anyway, or at least you should be. Reporting it to me is not that big of a deal.
There's no penalty for police departments who don't participate in the FBI's use of force database. Unlike the Uniform Crime Report, police departments can risk losing federal funding if they don't participate in that. Shackelford says, much like body cameras and dash cams, the FBI's use of force database is one more way for police to earn back trust from the community.
The national database makes sense. We're wanting our officers to be more accountable and more transparent. So when you're talking about accountability and transparency, it just makes sense to have that information.
Kara Kenny, RTV 6.
We've also requested an on-camera interview with Muncie's Police Chief Nathan Sloan, who just took over in January. The former police chief, Joe Winkle's son, Chase Winkle, and 2 other officers were federally indicted for excessive force-related allegations. All 3 cases are still pending.